Morning everyone, James, JT Motive, Lifestyle and Motivation. Hope everyone is good. I did say yesterday on the video that I'd do a little video regarding recovery, what my life was like, how I got sober and what it's like today, and I just didn't get a chance, so I thought first thing what I'll do is I'll do it as soon as I get up, near enough. I've been up an hour, nearly 2 hours, so anyway. A lot of people know I'm coming up for 10 years in August, 10 years clean and sober, and yeah, I didn't really start drinking until I was 19. I mean, I drank on parks and stuff, as you do with your school friends and stuff, and I mean, even on my 18th, I didn't drink. We went out, we had a party at home, and went to the pub the next day and all that. I was on lime and soda. I mean, it just didn't interest me at all. I used to drive everywhere. But then I hit 19 and something just changed. I started drinking, and then quite quickly when I started drinking, I started using as well. So they went hand in hand, and from that point, I remember taking my first coke, taking my first substance, and it just changed me, and I just hooked from the get-go, so to speak. And had some great times on it from 19 to about 23. Had some great times on it, going out with the boys, going on holiday, just doing what you do. But then at 23, I got my own property, I lived on my own, and that's where I could just drink how I wanted and nobody knew. I mean, I've gone a bit forward there, going back a little bit. I remember like being at 20, I mean, I had my daughter I just turned 21 when I had my daughter, so I was quite young, and I thought that'll change me, and it didn't. I got worse. I know what I'll do. I'll change my job, I'll stop drinking. If I change my job, I'll stop drinking. This was early on, because the reason why I was thinking like this was because I'd get up, I'd start drinking on a Friday and wonder why I couldn't stop till Sunday, but then it got progressively worse. I'd not go and work on the Monday. And I remember my mum coming into my bedroom. I was only, like I said, I was only 19 and a half, 20. She rang in sick again. I'd say, yeah. She said, why? I said, oh, I've just had a heavy weekend. She said, why can't you be like your brother? Why can't you just have a drink and then just stop and go and work? And I didn't know why. And I promised my mum, I remembered loads of times on that Monday, I said, right, I promise I'll stop. And I meant it, I promise I'll stop, Mum. And I really did mean it. You put me on a lie detector test, and Jeremy Kyle will come out and say, full house, he's telling the truth, because I meant it. But then 2 or 3 days later, my head says, you're all right. It's because you went out and you didn't have anything to eat, or it's because you went out with them sort of people, or it's because you didn't use enough, or you used too much, or there was always excuses. And what I found out coming into AA is I found out that I suffer from a twofold illness, and it's a physical illness that'll never go until the day I die, and I also suffer with what's called a mental obsession, and they go hand in hand. So when I start drinking, my body doesn't break down alcohol like a normal person's, and it produces enzymes in my blood, acetone, I think, in my blood, and what it does is it produces what's called, it's like a craving. So all of a sudden, I'll drink. That tastes lovely. I'm having another. That could taste like battery acid, and I'm having another. Because I'm drinking to overcome this craving that my body's physically craving. That's why I want the 10th more than the 1st, because my body doesn't break down alcohol like a normal person's, and it produces this craving, and I just want more and more and more that no amount of alcohol will ever satisfy, unless I get locked up, passed out, hospitalised, whatever, where physically can't get hold of any. that's the only time I'll stop. And then 2 or 3 days, the alcohol's out of your system, and then you make a firm resolution never to do it again, and within 2 or 3 days, you're all lit up again. And that's because I've got a head. And the simple thing is to say, just don't drink then. Dead easy, just don't drink, just don't put that first one in. Well, if it was easy as that, I could have stayed sober for the love of my own daughter when she was born. I could have said, I love you that much, I'm not drinking. The thing is, I have what's called a mental obsession that says it's going to be all right this time. And sometimes I don't even think, I just do it. It's called in the AA Big Book, it's called the mental peculiar blank spot. And it's a bit of the brain that don't quite connect, and it doesn't even think about your past. You just do it. People say, I used to think it's a cop-out. Alcoholism is a cop-out, it's a disease. People say it is a disease. It's recognised by the World Health Organization as a disease. So my head says, it'll be all right this time, James. I'll just have a couple. Just go out with your mates and have a couple and then go on Coca-Cola. And once I put that first one in, the craving sets off, and that's it. I'm off and running, and it's days. My benders got longer and longer and longer. They got to a couple of days a weekend to where I physically couldn't stop it. It was like 11 days. I think my longest was 2 weeks, constantly every day drinking for 2 weeks solid. I was absolutely a mess. Not washing, not shaving, not seeing anyone, getting stuff delivered through the door, scuttling to the shop at 8 in the morning when it opened to get a bottle of whiskey and 6 litres of cider. Horrendous. And this was early 20s. Horrendous. So, but I never knew what was wrong with me. I never knew there was a solution until I went into AA and found out that the 12-step program is a solution to recovery. And what the 12-step program does is it leads us to God, and God comes in and removes the obsession, because I'm free from alcohol. We have alcohol in the house, me and Gail, for if people come and they want a beer, or our mason, sometimes he'll have a beer and stuff. So there's alcohol in the house. The alcohol's not the problem. I'm the problem, and my thinking is the problem. So it's when you go through the 12-step recovery program, which is the best thing ever, that then puts you in touch with God. That's when you establish a relationship with God. And it's not Jesus like I know, like a lot of you know. I'm a Christian. It's a God of your own understanding. It's not the God that we sort of grew up with. It can be. It's a God of your own understanding, how you understand it. So, and that's just the beginning. So I'm going off. So yeah, I mean, when I first came into AA 15 years ago, October 2005, I just thought it was story time. You go in, you tell your story, you say how bad you drank, and the worse, the better it sounded, and that's it. People, me included, would share and say, and I started drinking at such a time, and I stopped drinking at such a time, and I came into AA and everything's great. No, because when I came into AA, my solution, my drink, had been taken away, so I was just left with me. And I was absolutely broken. Hence why I needed a 12-step program. So, and in my early recovery, I just hang on, please don't drink today, please don't drink today, please don't drink today. And that's not living either, because you're going from one obsession to another. You're going from the obsession of drinking, because you need to, because you've already set the craving off, or you go into not drinking and holding on for dear life daily. I'm not drinking today, I'm not drinking. That's not living either. What the AA Big Book says, it's down there, sorry, in my bookcase. What the AA Big Book says is, we're free from alcohol. We can go anywhere and do anything. The obsession, when I was taken through the 12-step program, 10 years ago, there or thereabouts, I've been through it since again, because it's good to. God came in and removed the obsession within 2 weeks of me becoming sober, and it's never returned in 10 years. I can go anywhere, do anything, providing I've got good reason to. I won't go walking in a pub if I'm feeling horrible and I'm not right at all. I wouldn't do that. But if I need to go in a pub because somebody's in there, a friend who's drinking, who needs help, then I'm going in because my motive is right. So, but yeah, I can talk about this forever and ever and ever, but it'll end up being too long. So that's just a little brief history of me coming in. It will be continued. I will carry on later on, but yeah, just doing as promised. So listen, hope everyone has an absolute blessed day. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment at the bottom if you want. Ask me any questions you wish. Share as well, because you never know how many people are going through a dark time with drinking drugs at the moment and just need that little bit of help. That person who says, well, I've seen a guy who understands, because been there, done that. That's the only reason you can understand is your own experience. So anyway, thanks again. Love and blessings. God bless. Bye-bye.